I hope you're doing really well. It's 6 a.m. on Wednesday, 25th of September 2019, and I just wanted to show you guys how the market closes on a 4 hour in the morning, which is why we're doing this video today. So we've just seen the Australian dollar close at an area of support and rejection. We've already bought this pair and we are on the upside. I was watching this pair in terms of like yesterday when price action was in here and we took that long position to come and break these highs so we can actually have a reversal to the upside. But if I show you on a 4 hour, this area of accumulation here is our area of potential demand, which is why price action came into this area, created that high, created now the higher low, and price action is trying to create that new higher high. This is a reversal pattern area right now that we are experiencing. If price action had created this, so you see how we have the lower high here. If we had a new lower low, I understand that we could have been potentially pushing lower, but because price action had created that high and a higher low now, what we can see is a rejection and inverted head and shoulder now occurring at this period of time, as you've got the head, the shoulder both creating double bottoms on a 4 hour. The 1 hour time frame, we've seen the rejection and the indecisiveness after a 4 hour, after an hour of bearish momentum, an hour of indecisiveness, and now we're seeing that move to the upside. I do believe we are going to take out these highs today, which is why I've sent out the signal as early as possible. And I do believe that we can potentially come all the way as high as this area of potential supply zone. Okay. With that being said, I am in this trade at the moment. Stops are at 0.67500. Okay. And we can expect price action to continue to the upside. So stops below structure. Stops are at this level here at 0.67500. Targets are at an area of here. Stops. This is how it should look like every day in your. This is it. Okay. 3.3 risk to reward. Okay. Moving on. We've got USD CAD as well that I am really watching, waiting for price action to pop up into this area of potential 618 Fibonacci retracement. We've made that new low now, lower low, taken out structure, both structures here, made that new lower low. Now expecting that lower high before continuation and coming to our weekly support. Okay. We've rejected the weekly resistance at 1.33 and made that new low structure broken. I'd like to see a retest before continuation. Okay, A, B, C extension. First targets are at 1.32. If we can suppress that, we're looking at 1.31500. And then we've got Euro USD. At the moment, Euro USD is still making that push to the downside. I have got in slightly earlier than expected. And the reason why this is happening, okay, is because of Dixie. Let's look at the dollar index. If you look at the dollar index, you can see there's a gap. We're coming to an area of resistance, which is what I would want it to see. If we reject this area, we are going to close this gap, which means we've had the lower high, the lower low, the next lower high before continuation. Go to the 4 hour on this time frame. What do you see? You see low highs, lower highs, lower highs. Can price action now continue that momentum and break out of this channel? You see this ascending channel that we have where price action is creating the highs, the lows, the new highs. We're not able to create a new higher high, which means that price action is ready soon to make that low and break off the 98.20 back down to 97.50. Okay, we've heard fundamentals out there that the US President Donald Trump is under investigation for scandals, and that may cause the United States currency to plump to the downside. I am going to be keeping you guys updated. I would like to see this entire area, this gap get closed, which will happen today at some point. But I do believe this area of 98.55, 98.57 should hold. Okay, I am going to be keeping you updated on this as well throughout the day. So Euro USD going into this area, what I'm looking at right now is price action potentially coming back to this area of resistance and dynamic support, or what price action can do is respect this area here after coming back to retest an area of potential demand, create that double bottom, and then can we rally to the upside. I do favor an upside move on this pair, even though we are seeing lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. What I'm looking at is this. I'm looking at the 4 hour time frame, and what I've realized is this. Price action, if you really wanted to come to the downside yesterday, we would have done that. But instead, what we have now is a series of the highs, but then what we got at the bottom, higher lows, okay? Higher low. Sorry, this was double bottom, but this is the first higher low. And if price action can sustain and create a second higher low, I do believe we are going to make that move to the upside. Furthermore, what we can also see is this. We have an inverted head and shoulder play at the moment. We've got the shoulder, another shoulder, and we've got the head. Okay, price action can come down as low as this level if it wants to, but we can still sustain this inverted head and shoulder, and price action can reverse and make that move to the upside. I am going to be keeping it up. I am going to be keeping everyone up to date with this, but at the moment I'm in this trade. I've taken this trade at 1.1 on the head. 1.1 stop targets are at 1.18. The reason being is because I am expecting price action to take out this high, okay, and push as high as into this area. I'm looking for about 150 pip move on this pair today, and the reason why I say that is because I am expecting price action to take out this entire region of structure, due to the fact that we've been here for a very long time and we've just been accumulating orders. It's about time now we burst out of this area. Okay, there's a bigger inverted head and shoulder in play, which is the shoulder head. Price action came back and then what now wants to make move higher, but now we've also got a smaller inverted head and shoulder in this area on the hourly, and I do believe that if price action rejects, we could potentially make that move to the upside. My stops are at 1.09700, okay, which is just here, this area of structure. It's equaling this tweezer bottom, which is also a reversal sign. If you zoom in, you have a tweezer bottom right there on this area of potential dynamic support. Going down to the hourly, just looking at it more in depth, and what can you see? We're already seeing the signs of bullish momentum coming into play. I am going to be looking at this pair. I have sent out a signal, and we could potentially really accumulate some really good pips from these pairs as well. So Euro USD and AUD USD could be really good trades today. Also USD CAD, if we see rejections around this area of 50%, or if we can make that push up to 618 and then make that move to the downside. We do also have crude oil inventories today at 330, which will have an impact on USD CAD. I am going to be looking at it throughout that time, and I'm going to be updating you lot as well. Moving on to gold, our favorite pair. Funny. What some of you have realized yesterday was that I was showing just before this big move happened to the upside, we did take a short trade, stops were at break even, and we did get stopped out at break even. Okay, but what happened was this: price action made a fake out. It knew there were so many sellers due to the fact, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, that there was a lot of people that were saying head, shoulder, shoulder. Price action confirmed yesterday that it accumulated itself, faked out, and it made that move to the upside. And this was due to the fact that Donald Trump made a few statements about the US and China trade war. Okay, and now what we are expecting to see is price action to come on, retest this pennant structure before continuing higher. Because it's already made that move to the upside, and we know there's buyers that are interested. We've had a double top now on a half-hour, 15-minute time frame. Let me just have a look. Yep, 15-minute time frame, double top. I do believe price action wants to come back and retest the structure. We've got our 1, 2, 3 evening star formation, so we are going to see movement to the upside, but it's just about when. When are we going to see these movements, eh? So I am looking for a potential trade if price action comes up back into this area, retests either the 1520 level, okay, which is around here, 1520 level. If it comes and fills this wick and comes to retest this area, I am looking for a long trade. Or if it comes to retest the 1525, I am going to look to enter there as well. Stops always 20 to 30 pips, and I really like to keep it tight, because gold is very volatile, very expensive, and it can damage your account. So therefore, using small lot sizes and tight stop loss when price action goes your way, you can enjoy the gain to the upside. I do believe that we are going to see a break of resistance. We are going to make a new high. Also looking at the 4-hour, what you can see is price action is in a channel to the upside. Every time price action hits an area of dynamic support, it makes its way to dynamic resistance. Vice versa, anytime it hits dynamic resistance, it makes its way back to support. And now I believe we are on our way back up to 1585 or 1600 level, okay, after a retest back. That's what I'm looking at. Let me just zoom in. So what we can see is clearly here, look, price action broke above that area of potential resistance, area of support. Now, can price action retest? If so, we'll look for a trade around London time. If not, then what we are going to do is we are going to wait for dollar index to turn over. As the dollar index makes that move lower, I know gold is going to make that move higher, and I am going to be watching USD JPY for the inverted coloration. Okay, and lastly, GBP pairs. Let's look at GBP Swiss franc. We've got this head and shoulder pattern that's in play. I am waiting for the break of the neckline. Some people have got in yesterday at about 123.200. Some people got in at 123.300, and some people got in at 122.900, which is around here. Okay, and they may be in a slight drawdown. However, I do believe pound pairs are all going to make that move lower to the downside, as they all are at an area of potential support or resistance, and they are looking to break. Clear head and shoulder pattern. I would like to see a break of this shoulder. I would like to see a break of this entire structure, make that move lower. As it makes that move lower, I am going to wait for a retest before entering, keeping my stops just above this area of potential support. Potential support here and potential resistance. Stops at about 123, 300, 350, and then taking targets to potentially take out this and meet this level here. And you've got yourself a potential 100 pip, 100 and 200 pip move to the downside. This can be achieved. As pound has got a lot of volatility, and we have found out yesterday that the Boris Johnson Parliament suspension was unlawful, and that negativity can still loom within pound. We've also heard that yesterday that Corbyn wants to make sure that Boris Johnson resigns, and that can also have a negative impact on pound. So let's watch how pound behaves within the next hour or so. Let's see how it behaves during the London session, just the opening of the London session, before we make any trading decisions. I would advise that everyone waits for the 4-hour closure, which is at 10 a.m. London time, and then you can look for a potential trade. If some of you have realized that the most volatile pairs tend to act during New York session, so the crossover by 2 p.m, then look at trading around those times for high volatile moves. Looking at lastly GBP NZD. Again, we had positive data last night with the NZD news. I was looking for a potential short on this pair. We did get a break, but look what's happened now. A break, and now we are seeing the 618 come into this area. 618 get tested. I am going to be looking if this area can hold. If it can hold, we can look for a potential rejection and move lower. But yesterday, due to the fact that we had the positive news, we broke through, came into this area, and now we're retracing. I have got my eyes on this. I am going to be keeping you guys updated. If we do get a break of the neckline one more time, I am looking for a potential short. Or if we see rejections at this level here, where it could be potential resistance, I am looking for a potential short and keeping stops just above structure. At the moment, no candlestick formation, nothing whatsoever, just reversal pattern. Looking on the hourly, we've got a bearish engulfing, but price action is pulling itself back into area of structure. Not bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, and what we've got is the moving averages crossing over. I am looking for price action to either reject the 38 and close back below this area of potential support, or push up higher, reject, and then sharply decline. That's what I'm looking for today. I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date with all of this. Across the board, GBP JPY still within this region of the trend line. It's broken it now. It's using the trend line as an area of potential resistance. You see how it's broken, and now it's rejecting. If you can get one more rejection at 1.33900, I am going to be looking to short yen pairs. There you go. The short momentum is already starting to kick in for this pair. I am going to be keeping myself involved. I am going to be keeping myself just alert and waiting for the hourly closures, maybe 2-hour closures, just to get that really good confirmation. But as we can see, we've broken the trend line. Now we're using the trend line as potential resistance. Okay, I am looking for a bearish engulfing, some sort of candlestick formation, maybe 15-minute, half-hour time frame to let me know that price action wants to break to the downside. As you can see, 15-minute moving average is still yet hasn't broken, and we are going to be monitoring this throughout the rest of the day. You can see on a 4-hour that we've had an hourly push and rejection of this area after seeing this tweezer top with a bearish engulfing to the downside. But we still are at an area of potential ranging consolidation. So let's just wait for a real move to occur, okay? Then we can potentially look to trade these pairs. Same with GU. Some of you have got in last night. Excellent for those that have taken the signal. Stop loss at break even, please. And we should see price action decline. But however, if the US starts to lose momentum, what price action can do is we can look for a market formation, and we could get a double top Okay, and as it's making that double top, Euro USD, Euro AUD USD will make that move higher. You just got to watch out for these correlations. You've got to watch out for dollar index movements, and then you've got to kind of align it with your technical analysis. Then we've got oil, made that move lower. I am looking for a short trade today. If we can come and retest this box, I am going to be looking to take a trade, something looking like this. If you come and take 50 from the 58, 57, 95 back down into all the way 53 level, or if you can go down to the 52, but for the time being 53, and stops just above 59.50. So what I'm looking for is price action like this, 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So for the time being, keep your eyes on this, and I will keep you guys updated. NZD USD, we've hit targets, TP has been hit. So for the time being, I'm not really interested in this pair. But for the time being, let's keep our eyes on all these pairs, and I will keep you all up to date. Hope you have a great trading day, and let's smash it. Peace, traders.